So you're a Ford owner, and you've run into the error code U300262. Yeah, it can be a real pain in the neck. But hey, don't worry, you're definitely not the first person to see it. In this quick explainer, we're going to break down exactly what this code means, why it's popping up, and what you can do to get it sorted out. Okay, so you've hooked up your scanner and bam, this code pops up on the screen. It's kind of alarming, right? Maybe your car's been acting a little funny and now you're worried about it breaking down? Well, you came to the right place. Let's figure out what your Ford is trying to tell you.
Now, the official fancy name for this code is VIN Signal Compare Failure. I know that sounds super technical, but don't sweat it. All it really means is that two of the most important computers in your car are having a major disagreement. They just can't seem to agree on who they are. The easiest way to think about it is like a bouncer at a club who's checking an ID. One system in your car shows its ID, which is the Vehicle Identification Number, or VIN, and the other system just isn't buying it. It's basically a failed digital handshake between two really critical parts of your car.
So who are these two systems that are having this argument? Well, it's a communication breakdown between your vehicle's main brain, the one that runs the engine, and its dedicated safety system, the one that controls your brakes. And when they can't agree on the car's basic identity, this error code gets triggered. Let's put some proper names to these key players. That main brain is your powertrain control module, or PCM for short. And that safety system is the anti-lock braking system, or ABS module. See, the PCM is supposed to send the VIN over to the ABS module to get it verified, and that's exactly where this whole communication process is falling apart.
All right, let's move on. Now that we know who's involved, we can start to play detective and figure out why they've stopped talking to each other correctly. So, what are the potential culprits behind this failed communication?
You know, it usually boils down to one of four common things. It could be a simple data mismatch. The VIN just isn't programmed correctly in one of the modules. Or it could be something more serious, like a faulty PCM. The main brain itself has gone bad. Damaged wiring connecting the two is another big one. And of course, the ABS module could be the part that's actually failing. Okay, so knowing the potential causes is one thing, but how do you actually figure out which one is messing with your car? This next part is all about action. We're going to walk through a clear, simple checklist you can follow. Here is your 4-step game plan. First, just start with a visual inspection. Take a look at both the PCM and the ABS modules for any obvious signs of damage or corrosion. Next, you're going to trace the wiring between them. Look for anything that's frayed, loose, or just plain broken. Third, if you've got the right tools, you can test the components to see if they're working properly. And finally, step 4, if you've found the bad part, the solution is pretty simple. Replace it. We've covered the what, the why, and the how to fix it. So let's bring it all home and quickly recap the most important things you need to remember about this pesky error code. So, what's the bottom line here? First, U3062 simply means there's a VIN identity crisis between your engine and brake computers. Second, you shouldn't ignore it. This can cause real performance problems or even leave you stranded on the side of the road. Third, the cause can be anything from bad wiring to a fried module. And most importantly, the key to fixing this is to be systematic. Following that checklist is the best way to find the real problem and get your Ford running right again. And that really brings us to our final thought. Modern cars are just packed with these little digital conversations happening all the time. This error code, it's a perfect example of what happens when one of those conversations breaks down. So it leaves us with a pretty important question. Is your car's digital conversation a healthy one? Understanding codes like this is the first step to making sure the answer is yes.